A journalist was picked up by the UP police from a restaurant in Lucknow. Now, this journalist works with the Hindu newspaper. He was detained for over 2 hours at a police station and then a police post and then finally released. Now, a journalist on your screen, Omar Rashid, is the Uttar Pradesh correspondent for the Hindu newspaper. He said he was busy filing his story at a local restaurant when the cops arrived. Take a look.
Is the UP police going too far in what it says is an attempt to control the violence or to identify those responsible for it that rocked Lucknow and is still continuing in other parts of Lucknow? My colleague from the Hindu newspaper, Omar Rashid, was picked up by the UP police about 2 hours ago, let off only after calls were made to senior people asking why he had been picked up. Omar is here with me. Omar, if you can just tell me what happened.
So at around 6:40, I was waiting for the press conference call from the DGP office. We were going to know about the violence in the state, and so I was basically using someone's Wi-Fi in the hotel. So suddenly around 4 or 5 people in plain clothes, they come and they start interrogating my friend who was seated beside me, and they ask him to identify himself. And after he does that, they also ask me about me, and they pick him up in a jeep. And they asked me also to come along. And although I identify myself as a journalist and also tell them who I am, they insist that I go with them. And they say, just for 2 minutes, we'll just question you and let you go. So they take me to Hazratganj police station, where they lock us up in a room. And they take all my belongings, my phone, my everything. And they beat up my friend. They beat him up brutally, and they also questioned him on various aspects. And linking him to the violence. They also linked me to the violence, saying that I am also a key conspirator in the violence. And they were asking me questions about certain Kashmiris coming here and instigating the people or participating in the violence. I had no idea what they were talking about, but still I was patiently listening to whatever they were saying. But each time I was trying to ask them something, they told me to shut up, otherwise they would book me under 120B.
Did you ask them why they were doing this despite the fact that you were a journalist?
Yes, I did that, and they used expletives to put it down. And they said that you can keep your journalism elsewhere. We don't care about it. And you have been participating in the arson and the vandalism. So that's how they asked me to keep quiet.
And they didn't offer any proof. They didn't say anything. They just kept on repeating this.
Yes, they had no proof, and they also told me that they have proof against me to prove that I was complicit in the violence. So after this happens, they put us in a jeep again, and they take us to an outpost, which I can't remember the name right now.
Fine.
Yeah, and there again they separated us. They thrashed my friend again, and they kept me in one of the quarters of the police constable, where I was locked without any know how was going to happen next. So another police officer steps in and he abuses me. He also lavishes, a lot of communal slurs on me, and he says that he'll tear my beard and he'll, thrash me, and that I'm involved in the entire violence. So after that, he goes away, and I think some calls were made from the top level, and that's why they let me off, and they apologized to me, and they said that it was due to some confusion that they took me in.
Thank you, Omar. Thank you for the detailed account. I think it's, what can one say? A journalist is doing his job, or her job for that matter. And if the police or the government is going to go after someone or persecute a journalist because that person is doing their job, it's really a shameful act. Nothing more can be said. With Dinesh Pratap Singh, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.